not all simple people want to be simple. There are times where you understand that the simple person can feel uncomfortable in a situation where he is not the most interesting original person. Contrary to when a complex, or maybe not even complicated, but it could be, person wants to be more, I can even put this in a cool way, measured of a person rather than, maybe polite or considerate would be better, but measured is my cool way of putting that, so I won't have to hurt anyone's feelings for that reason, but I don't know. It's a measured way for a complex person to bear his lifestyle in social situations, as for the simple person to know that he or she can be more original and engaging and making sure that he or she is on a wavelength that allows him to be open to experiences that he may not have experienced before, even if his practicality is still a good thing to have, as a skill even. There are, however, people who are simple, like the complex people who don't want to be complicated, perhaps. There are simple people who don't need or want to be simple. There is that one person in your life, I'll bet you, who he has that of a, this is my complex guy, but that simple person in your life, maybe, I'm going to be a little bit racial in this, but that simple person, maybe he's like a Native American kind of culture person, or even Cuban, whatever. There it goes. He will have this simple, practical mindset, but in a good sense, because when he encounters you, he, surprisingly enough, will be able to give you the opportunity to work with you towards your goals, as human as it is to work towards goals, perhaps. He will be able to work towards you towards your goals, knowing that he's a simple person, but it doesn't mean that he wants to be simple. He doesn't have to be the kind of person that you can be ignored by, making angry, or even just being uncomfortable, just as you are, making other simple people ignore you, angry, or uncomfortable. Even if that has happened the other way around. When you have a complex person being angry or ignoring people, or confrontationally being uncomfortable because of simple people reactions and behaviors towards them from initiation. Best way I can put this is, however, with that example, you know that he's going to help you in spite of his own circumstances and personality. He's not the kind of person who thinks that just because he prefers simplicity doesn't mean he will never evolve out of it or even do anything outside of it. It doesn't have to be bad for that alone, not even for complexity. But he'll still help you. That's my best example for now. If you want to be able to understand how this life works, a balance rather than wisdom maintenance, you don't have to already be smart or wise over the years at any age given whatsoever. Age and time doesn't change things alone, but you can bet your ass that you know that someone who may or may not have all the answers can still help you. Everyone knows something that you don't, but you have to make sure that you are balanced and you understand your own frequency to the best of your ability, at least while you're able to check it. If you can ask yourself how you're feeling, then maybe you'll understand this any better. But my point in this video is that as for the complex person wanting to understand practicality and measuredness, a simple person will understand their own surroundings better if they are willing to open their understanding to experiences that allow them to be more measured in the other direction, basically. Like being able to measure a simple person through complex and uncomfortable and even undesirable circumstances that will make them grow and evolve as a person. Life is complex, not complicated. On that same vine, understanding a complex person who will reform and conform themselves into a person that can understand the simple person without that being the whole point, there's more to life than that. But as stated, a simple person does not want to just be simple. A simple person could just be their own beautiful experience, but they will be willing in other forms of life, other forms of people, or even outside of that spiritually, circumstantial, objects, whatever. Those simple things don't just have to be simple. If you understand it like this, at least through my own words, at least through my own explanation, then you'll know from what I'm saying that there is a truth to this. There is a way to negotiate with anyone, and there is a way to understand that the things that we open our hearts to, the things that we may or may not understand, the things that could be simple but could be better and more complex, and also vice versa. The simple person who wants to be more than that doesn't lie to themselves, but they're also not changing the wrong directions. They're not trying to throw themselves off footing, and they are still perhaps more simple by inviting the things that aren't. A simple person does not want to just be simple. Not always, at least. Thank you for your time. Bye.